Hello. I should put center to screen. Okay. Let me check a bit. Hello. All right. It seems working. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon. Or what's your time? Yeah, where are you from? Like yeah, I think I picked this time is like maybe it's just my personal choice. It's like more comfortable for me. But yeah, I know it's hard to cover like different time zone. So I'm not sure if this time will be a little bit hard for someone. So I'm not sure, but maybe later I could like also do some section in the morning to me or in the evening to me. Hello? Yeah. UTC +1. Send a message in the Discord. Okay. I guess it's not too bad. But yeah, that would be a bit like survival bias, right? Like if you are here, that means the time works for you. I think I should give a outline. I feel this text is not super visible, especially when I have a. Let me check. Black. Oh, wait. Select color. Okay. Okay. And then if I make it zoom in like that, put it on, where's it? Put it on the back, and then wait. Okay, like that. Yeah, I think like OBS is not the best editor you could have. It's it's pretty. I think the functionality is pretty limited. Now I'm wondering if I can change the opacity. Can I? Opacity. I didn't saw it. I think it's supposed to work, right? The voice is a bit low. I'm already hitting orange in my dashboard. Maybe you can turn up the volume a bit because I don't play background music, so it should be fine because I don't have two different voice, like a different sound that you need to balance. Yeah, if you feel like too boring, you play your own music. Yeah, that's my thing. It's like I don't want to force you to listen the music I prefer. Yeah. Uh, Darken. I'm not sure if I can make. Oh, I saw it. I saw it. Yeah, 1058. Okay. Nope. Uh, blend mode normal. All right. Okay, I probably need to like 200. It's not the best, but okay. Hello. Yeah. Um. Okay. All right. And yeah, let's start it. So yeah. Um. Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon to you. And yeah, thanks for coming. And I think we will just start right away. So about the a bit like the wait, what is it? It's like yeah, we did has a few PR, and I saw there there's a popular YouTube comment there is like to asking people to not send PRs, and all right. I'm not sure how much it affects, but actually, I'm pretty open if you want to send PRs. It's like I'd love to kind of work together and then progress this project together because if I only code live like twice a week, that would be like 4 or like 6 hour in total, and that will make the progress a bit slow. And if we want to like progress this a lot, yeah, it'll be great if you can help. And I think if it's just if the PR is significant, I will leave it to review it in live. So you can still understand why those changes are made, and yeah, and we can still progress. And so here there's the PR we just checked last time, so it will be like the promise refactor, and then we will have a link fix. I think this is just okay, it's a naming thing. And then terminal height is adding a new auto add-on feat, extern add-on, so that it will like change the terminal size automatically. I think it was previously not like scrollable, and it's pretty straightforward. And then we will have a PR to change the uh, to kind of extract those color schema button out and put it on the navbar. So that's pretty it. That's pretty much it. It's pretty yeah. It's not a lot of changes, and I'm trying hard myself uh to not think too much about it. So yeah, I really want to work on it, but yeah, I have to keep it until we're doing it live. All right. So I think I already pulled the latest changes. So that start the server. So I will press D, which is for npm dev, and we'll start a server and we'll hit like 3000. Okay. So yeah, let's check that again. So it'll install Nuxt. Nuxt will start, and it should work. All right, and the type, sorry, the style is not there, and I'm not sure why. Uh, because I was checking if like there's something goes wrong, and there's a style here. So this is the iframe. I'm sorry, I'll zoom out a little bit if you cannot see it. So this is the iframe, and this is the header, and here you have a link that style, and I kind of suppose this style doesn't load because this comes from the starter template and the welcome.view, and then this is the virtual module that's injecting the CSS from uh wait, what, yeah, yeah, from the view single file component. And then if I check to the network, so wait, I'll just check welcome, and then if I refresh the page, so it should be welcome.view, I think. And all right, so I have this one, and this is the styles lang.css. And this should be like serving the style, but for some reason, it's actually serving the HTML. It's fallback to SPA. So I'm not sure why it happens, because it's not reproducible on local or actually Stackbase itself. So I'm not sure if it's a Stackbase bug. If it's a Stackbase bug, if it's a web containers bug, or there's something wrong on my side. So but I think like maybe that's we just not stick with the initial playground. We'll change the content. So hopefully the content will be fine. So this is something that we need to investigate a little bit later. But I just let you know. This is supposed to render as a kind of a big fancy landing page, but it doesn't because the CSS is missing. So maybe that's just make it better, or let's try if define Nuxt config. So I'm not sure if we can try if like we can turn the server side render. We can disable the server side rendering if that would help the CSS here. Oh, it's just not working. Refresh frame. Whoa. Debounce, reload. Failed to resolve dependency. Okay, I guess this has something to do with the PNPM. So we'll create an npmrc, and we have shamefully hoist. Yeah, and this is a known issue of Nuxt. So we'll still like we'll progressively working on it, but still like maybe it's not that compatible, or maybe or maybe the limitation is like you need to install Vue at the route level, at the root level, I think. Okay, no, it's still not working. So let's go to template basic, and we install Vue. Vue with workspace. Oh, because I changed to shamefully hoist, that means that I need to rebuild my modules and my log. Okay, let's start it again. So we implement those logic is like we'll use import meta globe, which is a bit feature that you can globe the files on your file system, and we will convert it into an object. So every time we want to change something inside web container, we're just adding files here, and then restart the server. Oh, it's actually also broken here. Current worker, which is in Nitron pack. Okay. I guess it's a bug. Oh, sorry. Because I started the servers right in here. I need to go back to the root and then I will run the server. Yeah, let's see if that will work. Would that work? Would that work? No, we still have that arrow. Okay. So yeah, let's turn it on for server side render. Okay. That's pretty weird because I suppose this is the server render content, which means that the client is which means is the client side render not working. Not so sure why. And also and also I noticed that here the port changed to 3001 and it says that 3000 is not available. And I suppose that means it because we change something here and it triggers the hard module replacement. And while that hard module replacement is not actually refreshing the page, so we have the previous web container instance there. So that means it kind of start two Nuxt server here. And I think we're supposed to say that if it's hard module replacement, we should kind of stop the previous server. But I'm not sure like how flexible it is, how possible it can be. So if you do like if import the meta or hot, yeah, this is a bit like uh not really uh not really important. Can I kill it? So if it's hard module replacement and if it's being, which I think is a step. Yeah. So if it's being replaced, we just kill the previous server. Yeah, let's refresh. Uh, let's refresh the page. That's just my assumption. So you see this time is 3000, and if I change something, I type a space and hit, okay, it doesn't work. So if I do like replace, so it'll be restart the server, and okay, it says it's 3000, and that means it kind of works. So yeah, it will be kill the previous server and restart again. But I will reuse the container. So that means that every time we do a hard module replacement, we don't need to kind of reinstall again. So it should be pretty fast compared to like cold start, right? So it's always 3000, yeah, which is great. So here we can add a comment uh, in depth. Sorry, I will just zoom out a little bit. And okay, in depth, we kill the previous process while while reusing the same web container. Okay. So yeah, that's a bit some cleanup, and then I think that's we at least got the basic feature running, and to me I would like to kind of do a little bit of like design, and then I think I would like adding the content page here, so it has more thing to look at. And one thing I would like to do is to kind align with the Nuxt thing. So Nuxt just recently kind of launched a new landing page here, like refresh all new refresh design. And here blog, there's a blog to say there's a new website, and it changes the color schema and the font and some design system. So I think at least we should matching the color and the font. So here is the new background color is a bit navy, it's a bit slightly blue, and then the primary color will be a shiny green. So that changed that, and to do so, we go to here, and we can say we can add a background basic. That means it's the basic background, and here you have the background, right? And usually you will design you will kind of have a blue, and you can call it navy blue. But if you want exactly the value, you can have a bracket, and then you put the hash in, so it will be it will generate the exactly the color of your input hash, and that's only for dark. And because uh, on the light mode we still use white, and then actually if I want to grab the color of the border, let's check. So here is border grade 200 and border grade 800. We just copy over and paste that like that. So, and here we go back to here, but we saw that the background doesn't changes, because even though we have defined the background base class, we never apply for it. So in order to apply for that, you can definitely doing it in the to say in the layout here. You can have a kind of background base that will change the whole app, the whole layout. But that means like if we want to apply to HTML or to the body element, because in Nuxt we don't really have access to them because it's taking over control. So here we have the HTML and the body. So in Tailwind CSS you will have add apply, and we say that add apply background base, right? And in Windows CSS we do also support that, but it's not enabled by default. So to do so, you need to add a transformer, and put it here. You add a transformer directives. Transform directive means like some like special syntax inside HTML. And if you do, you just put it here and initialize it. And there are some options you can choose anyway. And then if we do and we remove the layout, yeah, I already removed it. So if we go back to it, okay, I think maybe I need to refresh it. Okay, it says it becomes blue now, and but also like that this is a kind of unknown syntax, because our like vanilla CSS doesn't support it. So usually you would do like lang.post CSS, but that will actually changes a bit like the auto completion you will have, or a bit like the syntax. So in most cases, there's another way. It's like you can just put it as a special CSS variable, it'll be compiled away. Or if you kind of prefer, you can say add apply. But I would like just keep it as Uno so that you can know is a feature that's provided by Uno CSS. So um, so here is like we're just adding the background here, and also I think it mentions we have some fonts that search for it. No, there is no font. Okay, I'll right click the design kit. Okay, yeah. So the font is using DM Sans, and DM Sans you can find that in Google Fonts. I think it's free to use, and in order to get that, like if we go like fonts.google and you search for DM Sans, and you can click it, and to say if you want to add this variation, right, like light 200 100, no, it's 100. So uh optimal size, yeah. And then usually you need to copy this over, right, and to put it inside your header, and then you add these kind of styles. But again, like to make it easy in Windows 10 we have the preset web fonts. Okay, I'll just import it. And then here, you can choose your provider. Default is Google, but you can choose any other supported. I think a Bunny will be a privacy-friendly replacement of Google. I'm not sure if it's working. Let's try. And then we have fonts. And fonts we can kind of replace the basic in the what do you mean? What the original default font. So default fonts will be have sans, and I think it's sans and self, serif, and then mono. So we can replace that, or we can add any other font we want. So we have sans, and then we just put the name of it. So it's DM sans, and that's it. And then in the app, we will just say font sans. And I think it's supposed to, yeah, it changes. I'm not sure if you notice the difference, but it just changed the font. And if you inspect it, uh, you will see here, where's the font? So here, I think it's under HTML. Yeah, it will generate the fonts like that. And it's family font and DM sans. And it will automatically import the font provider, which I think this time is from Bunny. I'm not sure if this is okay. Yeah, you see that this is automatically injected, so you don't need to worry about it. And if I need to change anything, all I need to do is just change the config. I change to enter, and it will change to enter. You'll see like this font are injected. So that will be super convenient, and you can basically use all the fonts available on the provider, on Google provider or on Bunny. And then to match the same, I would like to have mono as DM mono. Yeah, DM also provide a mono version. So that's straightforward. And okay, and also like I think maybe that's go right straight with uh the thing is called like we can have a Nuxt logo here, and then we add playground. So that's not quite learn.nuxt.com, which I think is a little bit weird. So here I can change back to logo Nuxt. I'm not sure if that would work. So okay. So here the icon becomes smaller. It's just because yeah, I think this maybe could be fixed on the font size. So it's like the font will be looks like, I'm not sure if you can see, but anyway, there's a icon with a Nuxt text, but the text is black, so it doesn't make sense. So I think we could just download the SVG here. Oh, can I? Inspect. Okay, I think I just go to page source. So I can create a component called Nuxt logo here. Yeah, I should wrap with template. So we don't need a script here. Okay. And because we have the view box, so we don't need the height and the width. We will that when you use it, or that you decide. And here we could change to Nuxt logo, and like that. And let's see, where's my, okay, here. It's pretty big, and we just type h for like what if we want 1 m. 1 m, that means it's like one height of the text. So maybe we can go a little bit more, like 1.5. It's not it's not it's not really centered, but you see that it's like mathematically is centered, but it's not visually centered. And because like Nuxt has a bit high, a bit more space on the top. So I would actually do is like I'll just put let me think about it. So you can do like margin top, and then you have -1 a little bit. No, -5. No, it doesn't apply. Wait, what happened? Or maybe this is not supported. So let's go class. Okay, I think this is supposed to work now. Oh, I see. Because this is, I think I should do like 5. Okay, this works now. So just -1 a little bit, so it's more like centered, and to kind make it a bit smaller here. All right, and we want to change this text to playground. So we'll change to here. Yeah, a bit like that. Sorry. And yeah, I think I can go a little bit smaller, and -2. Yeah, I'm sorry. I need to I need to kind of jump between monitors a little bit. Yeah, that's because like I only, if I need to do live streaming, I can only have one screen. So if I resize to normal, I think I'm going a little bit too far. Yeah. So basically, like that's wrap with Nuxt link. I'm not sure if this is necessary, but let's make it as a group. And then we will have a 2, which is go to the front page. And then, yeah, we can have a flex again. 2. Okay, maybe that's not doing this. And items end. So we kind of align them all on. Wait, let me check. This is not easy to align, to be honest. Or actually, I think I should make it as a single image. Probably that would be better. Uh, yeah. So title will be Nuxt Playground, but I think I'm not good at it. 2. Okay, maybe not. Center. Okay, a little bit better. Yeah, I think it's better now. I think it's still a little bit up. So maybe 1.8. Yeah, okay. I think I can change the pending a little bit to say 2. So it'll become more narrow. 3, maybe 3. Yeah. Sorry for jumping around. And yeah, I think that's it. So there's a lot of things we can fine tune it later. And yeah, I think it's just like I want to align a little bit about the design. So it'll be like feature align with design. Yeah, I think we will change that to a single SVG later. So that's the text, the font, and can be like more unified, and the alignment will be better. Yeah, and then maybe that's working a little bit on the content. So I think we already installed the content module last time. Yeah, we do, and that check for the documentation of Nuxt content. And here you run dev documentation, or maybe that's just directly go to the playground. Yeah, you see, this is the playground that we eventually want to replace with our new playground. Now it's like running a stack base, and you see the design is not really fit, and also like here you see the code, but we would like actually see the we would actually show you the guide of how you do each things. So okay, so here let's go to the file and see it. Here content. So here we have a content folder, and okay, here we have the content doc. I think it's a component injecting by the content. Okay, so it's just content, right? So content index. Let's try. So we create a new folder called content, and then adding a new markdown. So hello Nuxt playground. This is a working in progress project. Playground to learn Nuxt. Okay, let's just keep it as simple here. So we have the content doc. I'll copy it, and here on the content side, we'll just replace those things. Just put it like that. So would that work? Okay, it works. And the thing is like we don't have any style, but let me check. We have the H1. That means the markdown is being parsed properly. And we have P and content ID. How can we style this thing? Content directory markdown. Did they say did anything said anything? Content doc tag path expert. So yeah. It doesn't say anything about it. Oh, maybe that's sorry for it. What's that? Style. Custom CSS. Okay, this is highlight. So yeah, maybe let's just check this thing. So we add the typography, which including the CSS for the post, and yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, I'll add it here. Nope. VS Code is not importing that for some reason. And here this line becomes very long. I just type it that, and ESLint will automatically format it into here. So yeah, which is pretty neat. I like it. And then where is it? I think it just posts. So article. So maybe I can put it as an article, and then I put the post pros class here, and okay, now it's working. You see, now it's like the font is bigger, and we can remove the use mouse here, and to change our content a little bit, let's use like working in progress. Let's call it to see if that would make sense. Okay, I think this changes, but it's not really stylish than what we expected. And the font, yeah, the font is correct. The font is DM mono we just said. All right. Yeah, I think like integrating to Nuxt content is pretty straightforward. So I think we also need some pages directories, and yeah, maybe let's do it. So so we can create a file here, and this is another page. So I think I'm supposed to just dash file, but it would becomes empty because we don't have a route here. And what I have learned here in the playground, where's the playground? I just close it. Oh, I'm sorry. But what I learned here is like there's a slug. It's like a bracket with dot dot dot. That means like it's being like white card. So if I do like this, if I change index to here, I'm not sure if that will work. And that's refresh. Okay, that's great. So so you will see here you have the other content while the playground is still there, and ultimately we want to like when there's on different pages, we want to swap the content of the container. All right, and we can go back to the front page. So let's do another commit. Wait, I'm just adding all the thing. Fit integrate Nuxt is at Nuxt content. And yeah, talking about that, so let me think about it. What should we do next? Probably the text editor. Yeah. I think that's at least let's get the playground, improve the playground a little bit better. So here, if we have the components, app component, and then if we say hello, will that work? Okay, it changes. And I think the thing is like I want to match the thing out and in. So that's when I change to the thing, it's like I want to the inside also changes. And I'm not actually sure what to do. Would be I think like we can either I think we can either kind of inviting all the Uno says inside this iframe, but I think that can be too much. but maybe let's set some like CSS variable to say that what's the color outside and what's the color inside. Oh, let me think about it. Wait, I think the tricky part is like, I think this is not the same origin. So I think, yeah, this is from localhost web container. Yeah, this is from the other container. So that means if I'm trying to grab that file, grab that iframe, so it's 0, which is the iframe. Yeah, when you select these items, when you select each DOM, you will see a little like equal to $0 mark uh, on the end of the element, and that means that when you have that, you can type like $0 in the terminal to get that element. This is a small trick, and so I click iframe, so I will get the iframe element. And if I try to access the window inside, I'm not sure if that will do. Content window, and okay, I can access that. Let's check how many keys they have. Object is not defined. Object. It's nothing. it's not, the key is not enumerable. Use Nuxt app. Yeah, you cannot access that. But while if it's in a single origin, like if the iframe you serve is on 3000, that means that you can do something about it. But here it's like you cannot do it because it's on different domain. That means you cannot access the data here, because like on local window you can have use Nuxt app, I suppose. Yeah. So here, but on the iframe, inside the iframe, you cannot directly access the data. So so how can we align this thing? So I don't really want to kind of introduce another Uno CSS inside. So, but we also have the need to say we should kind of sync, like especially when kind of we have changed the colors schema, it also should changes what they have inside. So let's see if Google will help. This is does not work cross domain. Yeah, I think we could try it. And I'm not super sure, but yeah, let's try it. So I think that's maybe here we just put it here and just do it here. So so we can have a window. Okay, I think we should check if it's process client, and this is a flag that's provided by Nuxt or by Nitrom exactly, so that you can know this is like running. You can check the condition to ensure that this code is running on the client side. And then we will have window.add event listener, and then we can see message. And so that's just log it. Yeah, we got message, and we print the argument here. I'm not sure if that would work, and but at least let's try. And in the web container, wait, in the components here, the playground components, we can check, like we can do like send message, and yeah, if not iframe, we return it, and if it's iframe, we can send post message here. Okay, would that work? So let's try. And because this is a little bit tricky, because we need to wait until the server is ready. So uh, that means that we can for now we can have a button to make things easier, I guess. So we just have a button. We can call send, and then send message. Oh, this is way too big. Okay, we can have a button here. So we refresh the page to kind of reboot the web container. Okay. And then we press send. Send message. Oh, is that because? Or maybe you can do it manually. Forecast channel should work better. Okay, it doesn't work. So let's try it manually to see if that will work. We select that element, we select iframe, and then we have $0 content window send post message. Oh, and then we have the any domain. Oh, wait, maybe maybe that's because the client side is not working, right? Because like last time we checked, it's not optimal. Yeah, the client side is not working at all, I think. Okay. I think that becomes a little bit tricky. If we can copy this URL, that work? Nope. So let's check the documentation. Troubleshooting, slow boot time. Proxy error is not loading, and post messages error. I think we are not seeing those. Let's check what's the error message we have. So this like 503 is not an issue, because this is the loading screen, like trying to the client side trying to kind of polling about the server to see that when the server is ready, and when the server kind of returns a non error code, you're just kind of trying to polling, and when the error yeah when the returns kind of non-error. It will kind of refresh the page so you can load the real content. Running source code in new context. The resource is preload using link preload, but it's not used within a few seconds. I think it's not really some issues here. Add less. So I think the problem is not, it's not yet about like how we pass messages, but it's the client side is not running at all. So it's only showing the, I believe it's like that case. So if we can close it, and we refresh it. Right. So if we do like app.view, let's check. So app.view, this one looks good. This one looks good. Okay, this is the, why is row? Oh yeah, this is the on the, it's on the mainframe. Those are on the mainframe. So here, okay, here. Nope, this is not the thing I would like to do. Yeah, that's pretty weird. So actually, entry. Yeah, so you see the problem is like, is here, the entry file, the entry.js. If we request it like this, it actually responds to HTML, which is not the thing we would like to have. And I'm not sure if this is something, I don't know how to fix it actually. So it's basically saying that uh, yeah, this is, I'm not sure if it's on the stack base side because it's like it's like returning. It's not goes through our server. Oh wait. I don't really got it. Let me think about it. So all the things, the console looks good. There's no error. I'm not sure if you can't. I don't think this would help. So we can try to disable a server-side render. So we could share and we could disable DevTool. I'm not sure if that can be because like yeah, the entry is still responding, uh still responding HTML. Is that because of Nitro? It doesn't really make sense. So let's try to create a new template. And we'll just copy it over and let's try Vite. How about that? So we can't just like trying to see if this is something wrong with the web container or something wrong with so we should go to that template. Wait, template, and then we have Vite, and then we install it. Then we have index.html, and then we have so we can have id.app, and then we have script type module, and source will be index. Let's call it main.js, and then we call it like this. So and then we have main.js, which is I suppose this should work. Document get element by ID app dot inside text hello Vite, and then we can go to the playground. We go to the playground and we change this global import from basic to Vite, and then we go up. We restart the server. Something wrong? Oh. Okay. Okay, it's installing Vite. It's starting, and hello Vite. That means client side is working. So at least this now is working, but maybe it's because of Nitro. It's like kind of fallback. It's just trying to fall back something that already exists. And yeah, not so sure. So if we do Nitro, so Nitron will be Nitron pack. And let's go to Nitron stock. Wait, JS Nitron. So get started. So we basically have Nitron pack latest, and then okay, we have a folder. Okay, let's do it. Like routes. Okay. I kind of have a few. It's probably this might be a Nuxt box. It's routes, and then we have index.js, and we don't need those things. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not very sure. Hello world, and it'll be nitron dev. So, and we'll change it to nitron. Oh, I think I forgot to update the log. Not any matching routes. So if we try to say index, did I do anything wrong? Where is it? Okay, maybe I'll change this to say or. And I'll go to template nitron and install. So we have the log. Yeah, I'm struggle. Can I find any matching routes? Routes API. I think it's routes, isn't it? Nitron config. Do I need the nitron config? It doesn't look so. So let's try. Let's start it in the local to see if that will work. Template nitron, and we start the server, and we do like that. You see here, and it works, but it's not working on step list. No. Yeah, it's not working in the web container. It says it's not matching. Oh, I got it. That is because that's my bad. Because like I only grabbed a single level of file. I think I need to grab like multiple level, and then it should restart. Yeah. Okay. Invalidate file name. And okay. At least let's fix this problem first. This is something that we eventually need to fix. So it basically says like here we have content, like if we console log it, we can log files, and the file is going to log here. It's like this. It's like routes and this file, which Stackbase does not support it, because it can ask you to not think the file and instead is a directory. So that would become a little bit tricky, but let's try. So let me think about it. So here is the flat version of the files. So I think we could do it is like tree, and then we could have an object, and that should be where is the files? Where's the mount? So the type should be file system tree. So we'll just grab that point and then file system tree, and we import it from UI. And then we kind of have a kind of for key. So yeah, let's do it. So pass and file of file object entries files. So if pass, if it does not include it, so we just assign the tree pass to file, and if not, directory will be and then we kind of for each part. So the directory will be the tree first, and then let's slice it. Oh wait, okay, we can do like this: directory and file name, because like we only take the final part after the slash directories, and the current node will be the tree, and we for each directory, and then we basically says if there's a node it's not a directory here, we just create a new directory, and what directory should be like directory node. Okay, so it'll becomes like directory, and then we create a new empty object, and then the current will be like this. So we kind of ensure that we can typecast it, or we will say, yeah, well, let's just do it like current dot directory, and if directory inside, we kind of throw an arrow. I saw this type should be narrowed down automatically. Oh, I cannot do the rest. Is that because of TypeScript? Oh, this is because of... Okay, let me do it. So parts, and then file name, parts, and then parts. I already narrowed it down. Directory. Okay. I don't know why. So node. Is that would be better for TypeScript to grab the type? Current. Okay. This would do. Okay, I think it's supposed, like, prefer to have a reference here. And then we will have the tree, and we'll try to bring the tree, and we try to mount the tree. Okay, let's check the tree. It's not open. So we have the routes, and routes is a directory. Directory has a file, and it works. Okay, finally. And okay, So maybe that's at least extract this part to something, and that's trying to I think we can take this thing and create a function, extract to function in module scope, and to say that globe files to web container file system. So we can remove this and okay. And then here, because like we extract them to the top level, that means we can extract them out, and we can put it here. Let's do it simple. I just put the prefix and we rename the prefix. So here, because you know that's import meta globe cannot be dynamic. You need to be literals. Otherwise, it will fail to kind of detect it in the compile time. So here we need to we cannot extract this as a variable here. So okay, so it'll be looked like this, and I suppose it should work. Let's go to the page. Only a single file. Okay. Okay, it works. And that's committed first. And feed support mounting nested folder structure to web container. Okay, and yeah, now back to the problem, because if we do basic, which is the Nuxt app, the client code doesn't work very well. Got some error. Server's not. So many weird error. Restart server. Restart the page. Wait, I have a client init. Is that a thing? Wait, I have that. But the problem is not, this is not, the content is not shown. Or maybe it's because of this error. Cannot read properties of null. But that doesn't make sense, because this is thrown from Natural Pack 2.8. While I think we just test that 2.8 is fine. Or in case this might be a regression of Nitron that's doing it irresolvably. Let's force it to be, it's like, where is it? 2.8. So that try 2.7. So it's Nitron pack. So the resolution will force PNPM to install a single version of that, and you can specify the uh, the version of it. So do basic, and then I will install it. So I can update the log and go back to restart the server. Yeah, remove the SSR flag is not fixing this issue. You just hide this issue because it renders because it's rendered on the client side or rendered on the server side, but it doesn't tell you that the server side isn't working. Wait, how can I still have Nitron Pack 2.8? It shouldn't. Or maybe. Oh, I don't know. I don't really know. Let's try npm. I guess that can be a reason. It's like I'm not very sure, but on Starblaze the PNPN might not be a real PNPN, but it's more like Alice or something. So let's try the native npm. That should be more compatible, I assume. So npm I. So we will build a log file, npm log file, and then we go to the playground. We change to pm. We change from pnpm to npm, and it's not fast. All right. So that try locally if now will work. So if we go to 3000, it says hello, and here you have the client init, which is good. This is what we expected in the container, and let's go out. Not find module. I'm not sure if I should care about this. Let's try. At least on the client, on the local, on my local, it works. So now we need to find out that's why it doesn't work on the inside the web container. Okay, it's still not working. But you see the address is different because we are now using npm, and npm has a different naming convention, a different file path, and it doesn't work. Then it becomes a little bit tricky because also here, let me check if Nitron Pack. Yeah, Nitron Pack is forced to 2.7. I think it's fair. Oh wait, the override is not working. Let's try and Y Nitron Pack. So it'll be. This is not really overwritten. Oh, my bad, my bad. That's totally my bad. Because this thing, I saw this was like making it as like 2.7 or something, but actually I should do like this. So it'll be limited to this minor version rather than go to 2.8. And yeah, and then let's rebuild the lock again. So we do npm y nitron pack. Okay. It will install the 2.7, and then we'll we'll just restart the server again. Yeah, actually, I don't need to do. I'm just, when you kind of encounter a lot of bugs, you just trying to kind of doing some to everything refresh. So you can kind of make sure they have a clean state. Okay, it's still not working. Reload frame. I don't have anything here. So if I go to the network, yeah, it shouldn't be PNPM override because I switched to NPM. Yeah, you see this entry is still responding HTML. So I'm not sure what's the cause of it, because I think that if you go Nuxt new, and if we start a new step-based Nuxt 3 server, it will be run npm install. Here it will be 3.8.2, which is the latest, and view router and Nuxt DevTools. Yeah, you see these pages looks pretty good. And I mean, this is also on step-based, right? But the network. So there's must be something wrong with my setup, with maybe they have different version of the engine in the step-based or and web container. So we're looking for entry. And after the server starts, okay, we will have the entry. And you see this is correct because the entry is requesting JS. It's not responding the HTML. So I think Chrome is the no cache. Let me check if my header will be a little bit different. No cache, keep alive, require crop, send origin, opener policy, cross. So yeah, that's all the same. Content type. Is that no? The content type is also application JavaScript. So I think wait, this is the response header. Yeah, the response header has no much different. And the request header is street origin when cross, or street origin when cross origin. And here in the step is referral policy. Yeah, I think it's the same. And the path is like this. I'll just copy it here. And then we'll create a new file. This is from step-based. And then we have here, like here. This is from us. So it'll be a project and GitHub node module dist. Yeah, the rest are the same. The style will be different because why is dash Nuxt and slash home? Wait, let me try. If I go here, terminal, if I kill this, and it's pwd, right? So it's home projects. So that means like the Nuxt should be means that it is the root file system. And if we do, can I do code here? Okay, I can open it. So the file exists, and I suppose there is no much different here. Hello? Yeah. I'm like, this is pretty much a black box to me. I'm not sure how we can fix that. Or maybe I will reach out to someone from Starbase to see if it's something wrong on their side, or is I missed on something. So to make it uh, to make it not too boring, so that maybe working on uh, some styling thing, so we can make it work. So maybe let's make it a resizable panel, because I actually like to do, I would like to do what do I say? Yeah, I'd like to do the Monaco editor, and but the problem right now is like because the service is not very functional. That means that we may not be able to see the changes, or we could do it. I'm not sure. And yeah, I think we can still do it, even though we are not being able to use Next. I think the tree is not. I think the tree is not a problem. So here should be fine. Let's check Next. Or maybe I'm just making a very obvious mistake, but I haven't noticed. So here we have pnpm log, pnpm workspace, package.json. The service is no longer running. I don't got it. I really don't understand why. You see this folder here is at this position. I think this looks okay. But it doesn't work. I think the tree looks okay to me. Cross origin resource policy. I think we set them right. No. Open or yeah, I think I said it here. Or if I remove the cross origin too, would that work? Localhost is misspelled. What do you mean? Here, this looks okay. And this is not generated by me. This is generated by WebContainer. So I don't have any control of this folder name. Nope, it's not about. I think it's not about the cross origin. But yeah, let's check what's the version of Nitron Pack here. But I don't really think it's a Nitron Pack. It's a Nitron Pack error. Because if it works here, it doesn't make sense to say it doesn't work there, right? So it's npm y Nitron Pack. So it's 2.8 dot, it's 2.8.0, which is supposed to work. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll push it so you can check. So core, switch back to next picture, and then I'll push it. Or maybe it's because my browser. Would that be possible? And let's try. Let's try Arc. I think Arc will be a little bit older Electron. Older Chromium. Okay, it installs. But yeah. I'm not so sure about if it's a browser thing. Yeah, because this is like when you're requesting the server does not give you the correct response. But here, if I start a fresh browser that I haven't been using it for a while, HTTP issue, HTTP issue, would that be possible? HTTPS, true. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Let's search for it. Next 3 HTTPS. Wait. Let's go Nuxt.com. Local mode inside of dev container. What do you mean by dev container? All right. Dev server HTTPS, and this is under. We have a dev server. Okay, HTTPS. Two. Do that again. Okay. Let's do it here. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, how can I redo that? Okay, okay. Unsave. Would that make a difference? No, still not. Yeah, here we have failed to load module script. Yeah, this is exactly the problem. The entry is returning HTML rather than JavaScript. Um, how can I kind of debug it? Configuring it. Cannot load native out of memory running command in a particular directory. Embedding cross-region isolated. I think it's not. Browser support. And Chrome. Alpha support for Firefox. Safari is technical preview in beta. So I think I still need to use Chrome, right? Uh, yeah, I think I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it and I'll ask someone for help. And otherwise, I think we're probably going to be blocked for the whole section. And I think let's do some like front end design a little bit, maybe. And so that's make each panel like resizable. So I think for view is like split panel. We will use this module. Yeah, it's not being maintained for a year, but we haven't find a better alternative. Or if you do, let me know. Or yeah, but it's still working pretty fine. And so that's inbred that. So the layout is fine. The pages, okay. The pages here is like we have the content, we have the playground, and for the playground we will have the editor. And let's do first the vertical panels. Is that you call that vertical panels a horizontal panel? They kind of list horizontally, but the line, the divider is vertical. I don't know. So yeah, here we will install it. Okay, we'll do like this. So we basically install this module, and then we can import it from here, and then we'll import this CSS in the app.view, and then we kind having these two components. And I think this file does not come, this module does not come with TypeScript, so missing types. But yeah, so it all says that you kind having this as a top level, and then you have each pen. So I think we can change this to like that, and then we have a pen like here and pen here. Then I guess we could remove the grid thing. So like that, would that work? It's dividing to 2, and but I don't see it being. Oh wait. Okay. Great. Um. Yeah. I think here you can better see it. Here, if I click it, it will be. There's a very small hitting point. Here I can resize it, and let me check how I can get the style is not working. If I refresh the page, the style is not working. But I do import it, right? I import it here. So And also because that's we should have the divider, so we don't need a border, right? But we don't have the handler. Let's check if the type is there. Okay, it is here. But one pix solid red. Okay. We have that, but we're kind of missing the types. So we could basically say like here. We could have a like dedicated styles folder. So styles. And then we will have override. We can have like that. So we can apply for Uno and for border base. And then we can import that styles override. All right, we have that. We have that thing. And you see, this is not. It's not very playable. That is because like when you drag it, when you drag on top of iframe, it kind of lose the it kind of lost the state. So one thing to do that is like when you start dragging it, you need to add a point event now to the iframe. So here let's check if we have an event listener on dragging um, events. Okay, ready, resized. What is ready? Okay, touch move, resized. Stop user jogging. So we basically need these two events and start and resized stop end. Let's start and end. So we put two functions, start and end, and then we basically have a ref is jogging, and then yeah, it will be look like it's jogging value true, it's jogging value false. And then we can apply for a class here. So point to event now. Like we kind of let the iframe not responding to any cursor event, so it doesn't capture our cursor event. And let's refresh. I'm not sure if that will work. Wait, the style is missing again. Because we have less priority. Let's make it wider. 4 pixels. All right, we can have that, and we can jog it. So here, because the iframe is not started. Okay, it's smooth now because if you check, we can go to this. Where's the playground? Here is the entire playground, and when I click it, when I drag it, yeah, I cannot point the cursor, but you can see the point events num being set to this element, and if I let it down, it'll just remove it, and then it actually allows you to scroll over to drag over iframe. Yeah, so it basically say, okay, when it starts, we put this event, we put this flag, and that's it. And also, like, if we want to persist this size, to say, if we want to say, if when a user drag like here, when I refresh, it shouldn't be reset back to the origin, and I think it's resized. Okay, I think it's resized. They have some event, so let's try. So if I put it in here, we can log it because they don't have a type. This component doesn't have type, so we have to use this method. Just clean off then resize. Okay, you got an array and max to size. So basically, the size you see is like a percentage, and then that's becomes easier. And so we could have left size graph. Let's say initially we could have like 30, and this event will be something like that. So we can do the type. So again, I forgot it. So it's size meaning max. So number. Okay. Yeah, we don't care about the meaning and the max. So if it's after dragging, we can assign the left size to the left size, and now we basically could have, like, if we point it out here. So here you have 30. If I refresh, and if I jog it, you see the value changes whenever I kind of let it go. And the thing is, like, we only need to preserve this value. If I refresh, it's still like 30 because it's in a riff, so it's in memory. And what we could do is, first we need to assign this value to this size. How can I do it? Read the documentation again. Meaning size. Okay, you have size here. So we basically assign a size to left size. I suppose this on the right, you will have you will automatically being recalculated or not. Okay, you have 30, and if I move, I put it go. Okay, it looks fair. And then in order to persist this value, we can just use local storage. This is from view use, and you give it a key. So we could say Nuxt playground panel and left. So and the second variable will be the default value, and here you have 30, right? If I refresh, it should be 30 because it's the default. And then if I jog it, so it's like 39. And if I refresh it, okay, you see, this becomes initially it's 30 because it's server side rendered. On server side, you don't have access to local storage. And yeah, to be honest, I don't really know how much you could do to do so. I think maybe you can use cookie. Yeah, cookie is the state that you can share between client side and server side, and that's right. I don't really I don't really pre I don't really want to use cookie, to be honest, but what's the type of it? So this is from Nuxt. So use cookie is from Nuxt, and the default and what it returns a cookie ref, and cookie ref extends ref and does nothing. Okay, so the basic to say it'll be look like this. Okay, it should be a string. So let's do it as a string. How can I use it? Yeah, I'm curious. Do you think this is like not is this a necessary cookie or not? I think yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's not doing it. I think we will need to use cookie when it's like really necessary. And uh yeah, and we will put the banner. Uh or I need to learn more about the how the regulation works. But anyway, I think at least we could have it, and because on the right, you also have the client side. So at initial load, you don't see it, but okay, yeah. Thank you for the snapping, and yeah. So the case is like I don't really want the animation beforehand, right? So I think that it can just go up here because on the right we have nothing. So I don't want the animation here. So uh what's the animation? Why you have an animation here? Is that because the lab panel? Okay, this because of this, I guess. So if we do override, we can disable the transition. Yeah, okay. So if I jog like here, if I refresh, it doesn't, it just appear, right? I don't even need a cookie to do so. And but I mean, you don't really see the animation of a panel resize, right? Because when you resize it, as your mouse goes, it's actually smooth goes with your mouse. It doesn't need to be resized, but it doesn't need to be transist. Okay, so it works. So I can remove this wrap. So it'll be look like this. So every time I refresh, oh, this is the problem. Because the content is server render, but the write is not. Yes, dash uno would be the same as add apply. Uh, okay, so so now like we have the vertical divider, and I also like to have the horizontal one for the playground. So so we just do that again, I guess. So playground. Wait, what is it? If I go to the playground and I import that, and I change this thing to be a panel, and then that. No, it's not that. It's pen. So pen will be holding the first iframe and the loading bar. They are the same. And then the second pen would be the terminal output. So ideally, we would like to have another pen for the editor. So this uh, this is the editor, and then we remove the gray thing and save. And the button, we can just let it go. We can do it later. And you see, it doesn't work well. I think it's supposed to say I'm so good at like closing tabs. Like every time I need it, I'll just fail to find it because I already closed it. Horizontal, so it is being a valueless attribute. So if I put horizontal like that, okay. Again, now it's scoreable, but again, I think the divider there, the divider is not very good. The divider here, yeah, here. So this is the horizontal one. So we just put it here. No. Okay, and we can change to height. All right, so now we have 3 panel, and okay, here again, we can resize it. Okay, it's still laggy because it's still interacting with iframe. So again, we need to we need to disable that thing. So I think that we can do it again, or we could do in a global state. It's not actually global, I think. So it's panel jogging. So we can use state. But actually, I don't think that makes sense. We don't need that to be a use state. We can use a ref and pose. This is kind not a good. It's not a good practice here because like in server side render, it can cause you leaking the information from the other request. Yeah, I think that's do it like use panel, and then we can use state, and then it's panel jogging, and then the default value. This is from Nuxt, and also because like this returns a ref, so we kind of wrapping as a function. So here I mean, so here that it becomes a composable that you can import it. So here I will change this ref to here, and then I don't really need these things, but I will just apply this for uh, the playground. I'll just apply this on top of the iframe, and it's jogging here. I would do that again here. It's jogging, and use panel jogging, and then it will passing the data here. But use state is safe because it makes sure that you always have a new instance across server side render, while that you only have one single instance for your entire app. Yeah, Pina would also do if you use the Pina for the module, the Pina module. So I'm not very sure if we're going to make this as a kind of full stack thing. I don't even sure if we need server side render at all for this particular side because it's mostly interactive on the client side. But just in case that we may want at some point, we should follow the best practice to do so. And okay, again, that we will copy this over and put it here, and more specific, like make it more explicit, and jogging, and then we'll copy over this code. So there's a lot of refactoring we should do, but so it's n jogging, All right, and then actually we should have top one. Maybe that's uh panel size editor. Panel size friend and panel size terminal. Yeah, we don't need terminal because terminal is, yeah. I mean, I would actually put all the use local storage inside a single file so I can better manage them. And oh, maybe I can try use Pinia because yeah, I didn't do it because I'm not familiar enough with Pinia. I think I, I think I should, but yeah, I think maybe we can refactor it in Pinia indeed. So again, size we have panel size editor, and then we have size panel size frame, and then we refresh. Okay. So now it's smoothly. Let's see if when an iframe start. Okay, so we can still do it because when we jogging it, we disable the iframe. Let's try here. So again, it's smooth. So let's try if the size being persist. If we do like this, we refresh it. Okay, great. So it's now like all working, which is very nice, I think. And yeah, I think we still need to figure out how to make container works. And then like I think eventually I want to make the terminal like you can find it, but for now it's like we will just uh what do I say? Yeah, we're just like debugging. We are still not very clear how to do it. So I will leave it I will leave it there. And here I think this I need to take full space in order to make it center. Okay, it'll be center. And we should probably have a minimal size to say 10 and 10. Collapsible. Yeah. So you can see that it's not being like you cannot complete goal 0. It's nice. But I'm actually fine with that terminal goal 0 because you can drag it back, I guess. No, you cannot drag it back. It's dead. You can drag it back. Yeah, you can drag it back. Yeah. All right. And then we have the index, this stuff. So we kind of have the contents also have a little bit of minimum size. And then we can call it a day here. Support. All right, and I can push it. And okay, it's been 2 hours. And we still not really sure what happens for the um, all right, I think 2 hours is pretty enough for now. And yeah, I will check with the web container team to see how we can fix that, and I will I'll get you updated on the next Tuesday. And yeah, any questions? I'm sorry that I'm kind of struggling this time, and find uh, I didn't have enough time to read those comments thoroughly. So if you have anything, feel free to bring it up, and yeah, feel free to leave comments and let me know. And also, like, if you have any suggestions, in terms of how this live streaming going, and because I'm also quite new to doing this thing, and yeah, let me know. And there's anything I can improve for the live streaming or the schedule or anything, yeah, let me know. Or yeah, also like what kind of things you would like to see, uh because like if we do something like from scratch, that means we need to take care of every details, and I guess that maybe doing design is not interesting, but anyway, that's I'm not doing a lot, and because if I'm doing a lot it would be pretty boring because I'm just tweaking the size, like changing 1.1 to 1.2, and I'm not sure if this is the content that you would like to see, to watch, or otherwise I can maybe like put the all the design or like fine tuning UI tuning work offline, so we can more focusing on the logic when doing live, and uh yeah, and then like what did I say? Yeah, and then like so you don't see much about the design part because you might already know it, or yeah. So for example, like I would definitely fix the navy bar. I will fix the logo. Uh, I will make the Nuxt and the playgrounds as in a same SVG. So so you don't see it's been quite annoying that the font and the alignment is different. I mean the fonts, it can be like I want to have it as a different font width width uh to make it separate, but I certainly don't want them misaligned or have different fonts. All right, thank you. Yeah, so a little tips. Yeah. Make auto import in no CSS config. Uh, Not so sure. I mean, technically, we could actually auto import anything, but I kind of prefer to have the explicitly here because you might have different kind of preset. I don't want to force you to only use this. Uh, like adding a preset is pretty easy, but like we providing those things is like we kind of think that's commonly use it, but we don't want to limit you to only use those preset. You can build your own preset, and yeah, and also like I would like to show you a little bit. It's like remember that if I type here, if I save, it'll go into one line, and if I do that here, it'll be the same. And if I again, uh, I think that's something uh, I'm not sure if I've saw that, and this is a ESLint rule that I have wrote. Uh, so it kind of serve it'll enforce you to kind of wrap all the elements. But sometimes like for example like if I want to do is like uh numbers. So if I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I want them to be a single line. But when I do like names, I want to have I may want to have a line like Alice, Alice. Uh, Sorry, wait, Bob, something like that. Okay. And then I'm at keep continue going on, and I certainly want this array to be multiple line, and I want this array to be single line. So this rule is just making it consistent. So you cannot do like this. It will be always unwrapped. But in order to do so, it's like you can hint it by you changing the element of the first uh, uh, yeah, good name. Hi. And you can change the first name. You can change the first item style. So if I unwrap Alice into the single line, when I hit save, the bubble will come up. So it's like just enforce the consistency of the style. So if I go here, so if I can do another line of the one, it will go back to like this. So it's pretty helpful, and it's pretty kind convenient for me to kind of changing the style, doing those things. And this rule is called yes linked config. Nope. Wait, and here, no, here. So this is a rule in my ESLink plugin, and I don't want. Yeah, I'm not saying that you should use it, but I think that is pretty. It's pretty cool thing. So this rule is called consistent list new line. So it actually works for either object or array and anything, and it's basically like that. It use the first property or items to ask the hint of the rest. So it kind of saved me a lot of times. Like every time I don't need to every time do the wrapping. Um, while that in some cases I know that I don't want to see all of this. I want to see them in one line. I can go it back. And this is something that Prettier does not allows you to do it because like even though like say I'm going to have 100 names here, I know it's going to happen, but in the view of Prettier, it's like it say okay this just two items and it does not fitting into like maximum line, you should wrap it. It will force you to wrap into one line even though you're going to make a multiple line or when you kind of adjust them. So yeah, that's something I find is pretty useful, and it's included in my ESLint config. So I don't have a style linked. I think I should look into it. I'm not sure how it works actually. Because most of the time I don't write CSS directly. So this is a separate CLI. I would be happy if we can integrate it into ESLint. Like I'm not saying it has to be ESLint, but I'm kind of prefer it to be a single tool to handle all the things. Demo. Mm. This is also a web container. Impressive. Web container is everywhere. Is that able to autofix? This even has Monaco. I'm not sure if it's a Monaco or a full VS Code. I think it's Monaco. Impressive. This is very, very well done. It's much more complete than what we have. And it's pretty neat, I think. Yeah. If, I think it's just like they don't need to handle the iframe, so it should be it's fine. But yeah. I'll see. Yeah, I will stream on every Tuesday and Thursday at 13 UTC. So you can calculate your own time zone. And yeah, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do more. I probably could. I could do like I think it can be depends. I think that scheduler on the schedule it can be like Tuesday and Thursday, and if we have more time or if we want to progress those more, I think I will let you know. Maybe we could also do some on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, or even on different time. So like if you're on different times, you may be able to watch it. And yeah, let's see. I will let you know. I don't know. I mean, I'm leaving Paris, so my time zone is UTC plus one, and I might not be able to do it at midnight. So it can be I think it can be 10 in the morning. Uh, 10. Yeah, I think which is 9 UTC and 9 a.m. UTC, and up until maybe 10 in the evening. So it'll be like 9. Okay. Yeah. It's 21. It's 21 UTC. So I think the flexible range will be like 9 UTC to 21 UTC. And I think that's the time zone I could do. And yeah. Okay. Walk through my VS Code setting. Sure. Uh, I don't really know exactly what you are looking for, but the theme is the VTest theme. I made it, and it provides light mode and dark mode. It's a bit like vibrant, has different hue, like different colors, a lot of different colors, and then the font I just changed back to input mono, and the extension here you can see all the extension I have. I think I should probably update them. So those are some of the extension I made, and those are themes and icons, and ES links, which is I really need it, and Vola for view languages support. GitHub Copilot saved me a lot of time, and arrow length is pretty neat. So so let's say if you have a syntax error here, it'll just write into this line. You will see the arrow here, and if you fix it, it's gone. So it's pretty useful. So you don't need to hover it to see what is the arrow, but it will just here, and the line will be red. And then you have code spell checker. Yeah. I'm super bad of at spelling, so I really need it. But as even with it, I still made a lot of typos in my repo. And TSL problem matcher is not a common useful thing, and those are yeah VS Code pull request GitHub, which is nice. You can directly see the pull requests and check them out in the VS Code. And tab cycle is like it will always keep your active tab on the front. Color highlight or color highlight is like if you put a string here and then you type anything, it can colors your hex, so you can directly see it. Yeah, that's a pretty that's a pretty nice good hack. And VS Code sort package JSON. You may not really need it now because my VS Code, my ESLint configure well sorted and enforce a consistent order. So yeah, and I think I think I need to I think I need to update this list uh, a little bit. I think this is been a while, 7 months ago. And for the setting, uh, I'm not sure. If I find it useful, it would be. I think the native tab I just covered. I just covered last time. It's really a lifesaver. But it's Max only. And then I think I find it is like here. If you see the line number, I don't have all the line number, only temps. And when I click on one line, it will shows up. It kind of make the code, make the editor a bit more clean. And I'm not sure if it's a line number. What is that? Okay, it's this one. So it's a line number interval. I'm not sure if it's but how can I change the interval every time line and every 10 lines? So okay, that's the only option. I thought it can be customizable, but anyway, every 10 lines is good for me. And yeah, thank you. The sticky scroll enable too. It's also very nice because like when you go through this code, you will see that this script setup is always on top. It's tell you that you are on this scope, and if you scroll into a function, you see the function being stick, and then you scroll it, it is gone. And then if you scroll into the other function, and then it becomes the other function, so you can click it to go. So it's like you always tell you which scope you are working on. Yeah, this is very nice. So sticky scroll, and yeah. Mm. Render white space is also pretty neat. Yeah, you can see the small dots on top, in front. To me, it's pretty important. I care about them. No, I don't change any keyboard shortcut. So one shortcut is I find is pretty useful is how can I do it? So it's Control and R. Control R. R I think is represent for reasons, and Control R in the VS Code, and on Mac OS I'm not sure what it is in Windows. But then it's like I can search for the reason project I created. I open it, and then I can uh, type enter to go to that project, or I press command and type enter, it will create a new window. So for me, it's been pretty easy. If I want to check the code for Vite, I'll just type Vite, and if I check Nuxt, I just type Nuxt, and I will go, and I'll create a new window, new tab for VS Code every time, and I can go through them. I can close them. And then you have Command P, which is the files inside this workspace. So Command P, if I want to go like index.view. No, we don't have an index.view. No, so we have index.and markdown. I can go to that file, and I think that's That's two shortcut I use mostly in VS Code, and then it's Control save, Command save. I always save files. Yeah. Okay. Uh, how do I pronounce your name? Sirocco? Sirocco mentioned that in the chat to say that you can do a start extension, and I'm not sure if you can assign. Oh yeah, you can assign a key binding here. If you prefer, you can do a refresh. So uh, I kind of prefer not to have it because for me, keyboard shortcut is great, but it's really hard for me to learn a new shortcut. So I think the cost of learning, kind of remembering a new shortcut is is more than I just use the command palette to do so. So up to you, up to how frequent you prefer certain command. Uh, every command, I think every command in VS Code is like you can bind to a key to it, but I don't do it. Yeah, I just use the default key binding, which is actually easier for me to remember, and I don't use a lot. Command Shift to go to the end bracket. Okay, this is pretty nice, but I'm not sure if I can remember it. It's Command Shift, Command, and Slash. Okay, this looks really nice, but I'm not sure that's when you find the when you're going to use it. Okay, you add a new thing. Yeah, I think I need to remember it. I think it's 3 key is too hard for me. I mean, yeah, but I'm actually fine because I have been working without it for so long time. So I will use trackpad. So trackpad is very useful. It's like you can just score it. So I don't use Vim. Oh yeah, I think maybe that's the reason I don't use Vim because there's so many things to remember. That's I'm so bad at memorizing things. Yeah, go to line is like Command P. Nope, it's Command P and then column, and then you type 100. You go to 100 line. This is pretty neat. Oh, this is Vim, really? Drink. Daniel will always drink every life. I didn't know. Wow, bravo to Daniel. I'm drinking coffee. Yeah, I know, I know. I know Vim is has a very steep learning curve, and once you kind of get familiar with it, uh, it can, yeah, you get it easy. I know, but I mean that would be that. I think that would be the same as learning anything, or like for example, like learning language. Uh, you don't think about that much about the language when you kind like you don't think about your native languages about how you do things, but it'll be very struggle to express something that's to a language you don't familiar with. And yeah, I think I'm getting better on English now, so I can do the streaming. But you mean you see that I still like struggle like express myself a little bit, but English is relatively fine. But like yeah, I'm learning French now, but French is really hard, and like to get me to into learning and uh learning the vocabulary, the grammar is super hard. Oh yeah. Uh Also, I think maybe I should also share you with my local shortcut. So it'll be, wait, I didn't put it here. Here, dot files. So it's my zhrc. So here you have a lot different Alice, Alice is that how do you pronounce it? And to different thing. The most used I think is like that for NR dev, which is npm run dev, and build for build, B for build, T for test, TU for test update snapshot, and W for watch, P to play, P for play, C for check. Oh really? And linked app is like auto fix. And uh and then GitHub. Yeah. GitHub GRT is return to project root. It's very nice. So like every time I go into some folder like template, right? And Vite, like usually you do type like that to go. But actually you can do GRT, which is go to the root of your GitHub, your Git project. Oh, Git equal to hub. So hub is I think it's a bit laxy UI. CLI. I'm not sure if they are still maintaining that. So it's a wait, what? This website is under github.com. This looks so non-official, but it turns out it's official. Yes. I mean the design is not, it's not aligned with GitHub's thing. Wait, what? This this project is being moved to someone's personal account rather than GitHub. I thought it was GitHub/hub. Okay. You mean you see that this is like 14 years ago? This is super old CLI. I think that's for GitHub. They kind of favor the CLI GitHub.com. I mean, the GitHub CLI. You see, this looks like way more like GitHub design, but this is not a good a directly replacement. It's more like a something that's on something good to have is GitHub. But this hub repo is interesting because it's kind of proxy all the GitHub Git command by adding some feature on top of it. So that's why I did this, because it works the same, but it's adding some features on top of it, and so I can do like I can change all the Git command to hub. But I guess it's probably uh, no longer needed. Yeah, so I mean, I think Hub is the old GitHub CLI, and they have the CLI.github.com, which is a new one, but they are actually not a replacement. It's totally a different thing. When you do GRT in some modules, I suppose it goes to the root of your sub modules. I think it's just like how Git works. It'll search for the closed GitHub repository. But I mean, most of the time I only work for a single Git repository. Yeah, it won't cause conflicts. It can't just shallows the Git command. So the native Git command does not exist anymore. And every time you fire Git, it'll use hub. But yeah, probably it's not necessary now. And I think the most I use is GP, GitHub push, and GPL is GitHub pull. And then the rest is not as common I use. So for Git commit, is actually I'm not using them a lot. I'm using other CLI. And yeah, and here is the directory. I put I for all my project. So it's like yeah, I mean that you can use projects as the folder name, but I just make it short so I can type it easily. So the Chrome I is interesting. So the Chrome I is what it does is like it just clone the repo under this directory, no matter where I am, because it's always forced to cd to it, and then it will clone a project and it will open it up in the GitHub, in VS Code. So for example, like Nuxt, what repo I haven't cloned? Okay, I think maybe you can do like here. So if we go to Vue.js, and if I go to, I think I probably don't have this, and then I have clone I, and then I type the URL of it, and it will clone it, and it will opens the GitHub here, so you can see I'm now directly inside this thing, so I can start to work on it. And similarly, I have clone R, which clone R is represent for reproduction. So like if someone send me a reproduction, if I want to clone it, I'll just clone it. It'll be put into a different repo, different folder, and once in a while, I'll just remove all the reproduction I have, and that'll be super convenient. So it works the same. It will clone the repo. It will open up VS Code, so you can start to work on it. And that's a little tips. And yeah, that's it. And code I is interesting. It's not as interesting because code I is always representing for my own project. So it's my own it's a folder under my home directory. It's called I, but you can change to project or your name or something. So code I, and I can type Vite, and that means it'll opens up the Vite repo under that directory, and it works. Okay, clone established URL to local. Yeah, I think that can be possible, but I mean, if you want, you can write a CLI, like a full script. I think that would be cool. So if you clone I, and it will do more things. It's like, for example, like it can go to that directory and install the node dependency for you, and it can accept different type of things. And like, for example, like step-based URL, you can parse that and then do so. I think that's interesting because this is my initial motivations to create this NI project, because I was trying to do all these things in the shell, but I find there's so many edge cases that I cannot cover with a shell script. So I ended up with a node CLI, and I even publishing under my own name because I never thought people would use it, but but thanks a lot for your support. I never expect that we have like 8.2K dependent, and yeah, that's impressive. I'm super impressed that people love it, and thank you. I think that's yeah, if you want to do that, I think that's a pretty good chance to create something, but I mean at least to solve your own problem, and then you can see. Yeah, I also have a man. to check back to the mem. Wait, I think I have a PR. No. Yeah, I have a PR function. So what it does is like it using the GitHub CLI. So if I know the PR number of that repo, so uh, to say if I want to check PR, like 1A7. So I just write inside this repo and I PRs 1A7. Would that work? Yeah, it will check. Oh, great. Yeah, see, it will just check into that repo, that PRs, and you'll have all the things here. You can see all the changes, and I'll type man to go back. So I am leaving the PR reviewing state. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many packages I created. I think I have like 400 repo, but not all of them are useful, right? Okay, so here you have the filter source. So I have like 257 result from source. That means it kind of filter out the folks. Uh, so yeah, and a few packages is under their own organization. So not too many, not crazy, I guess. So basically, I will just check if you have if people are using it, if the people are kind of creating issues, I will just look into them. Otherwise, if no one doing anything about them, I just left them there. So I would even forget that some package I created. So yeah, that's and that's how I do those works. Yeah, I saw that someone is asking for my formatting. I think for formatting, there's not too much to mention. I think, or like if I want to mention it, it will be a little bit too much. So basically, I don't use Prettier. I use ESLint for formatting, and I have a blog post about like why I don't use Prettier, and I explain that. And I mean, that's Prettier is a great tool, but it's not for the exactly what I want for formatting code. So so what I do is like I have a ESLint config, because ESLint you can set like you can set for different rules one by one, and you can enable or disable some rules when you don't want it, and also it providing some formatting rules like how it enforce the indentation or how it use space or something. So and with the autofix is actually serve as the similar feature as formatting. So I only use ESLint for both linking and formatting. And the config is simple. You just create a ESLint config.js and then you kind of output it, export it as a function, and then you can use it. But if you don't like some opinions, you can disable it. Or actually, with the recent flat config rewrite here, where is it? Customization. So here, it even allows you to customize how what's the indentation or what's the code it is. So you can just change the config without touching the rules. It's a bit like high level options. While you can still like overriding separate rules, but if you want them to work together, you can have these high level rules. It can affect multiple rules. And if you want to check that was the rules available, and you can go ESLint config. And then here I have a script here. It's the ESLint flat config viewer. So I just press that. Yeah, it will be here. So it will be it's a virtualized flat config viewer. So it will says that what's the files you have ignored, and also what's the rule you have enabled. So here is all the JavaScript rule I have, and then ESLint comments. So you can see that JS docs come in. So here is all the rules I have configured. And then in the TypeScript rules, because I need to disable some JavaScript rule in order to have the TypeScript rule taking control of it. So here the grayed out is that you see it's being disabled. And also you can see all the rules available here, and from ESLint, from different plugins that you have installed. And for example, here, the constructor super, you will see a question mark here and then a disable mark here. So it being enabled set to default, set to an arrow in JavaScript configuration, but it's turned off in TypeScript configuration because TypeScript already covered that. So that means this rule will only apply for JavaScript but not TypeScript, and something like that. So it's like kind of give you a better like deep view of like how each rules is working, and always you can adding config to disable enable certain rules or adding more plugins as you want. Oh, end of line can you be also configured? Maybe, I'm not sure, but I don't have the option. But if you want, yeah, uh, PR welcome, I guess, because yeah, I like for the end of line character for the LF and the CRLF, I'm not so sure because I didn't find the reason to use CRLF. Windows is really weird. It's like it's enforcing CRLF. I think if the LF is doing all the work, why is CRLF? It's just creating more misalignment between different systems. I mean that's I'm not using Windows now, but if I'm using Windows, I think I'm going to force using LF either way, because it kind make the file smaller, and also it doesn't make a difference, but it can align more with the Linux or Mac OS ecosystem. I mean, I think the CR is totally redundant because I mean to meaning as a line wrap, I think the LF is already enough. Or maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. Editor config, yeah, you can have an editor config to enforce that. And also, like I think for Git, you can have a Git attribute to control it, and like when checking in, it will be like automatically convert to LF in some cases, or the other way around. I'm not sure. The, the version of Node, I'm just using the latest version. It's 20.4. I guess it's not super latest, but yeah, I'm fine. I'm not using bomb yet, but yeah, I think I would like to give it a try, but I don't know. Performance is never bottleneck for me. I mean, Node is pretty fast to me. All right. Whoa. Are we chatting for like almost 1 hour? Okay. I think maybe that's call it a day. No, it's like I never encounter any issues on Node itself. I don't know. It's pretty weird. I don't know. like all node version works fine for me, and maybe I'm lucky. But yeah, I think I'm not as lucky because today's life is not going very smooth, and I still need to figure out the bug. And but other than that, I think Node works very well for me. Oh, I remember that when I was working with VTest, I encountered a lot of Node bugs, and I'm not sure if they are fixed now, but yeah, that was pretty tricky. Yeah, because like for VTest is a bit too low level. It's using the VM module for Node, or like doing a lot of like worker or thread thing, and that probably touch a bit like uh, some niche part of the node. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, I think for regular developing, I don't have any issue with node. All right, that's that's today, and it's pretty long. And thanks for coming, and hopefully we will figure out what's the issue uh in the next streaming, before the next stream, I guess, so that we could progress. And yeah, see you around. Yeah, see you next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. And have a good week and weekend. Bye bye.